Are you ready to break through any barrier or limiting belief holding you back? Ready to embrace your full potential and achieve your greatest success? Ready to get noticed and become the champion you were born to be? Then buckle up, because you've come to the right place. Greetings and welcome to the Warrior Confidence Podcast. We're unleashing champions both on and off the ice. I'm your host, Master Coach Rich Grogan, and I'm so grateful and thankful you're here today. And I'm going to do everything I can, just like every show, to ignite your warrior spirit, help you unleash that inner warrior, to embrace your full potential, to be the hero, leader, and champion you were born to be. All right. Well, this is Synergy September. Continue to synergize on as we move through this month. Now, Synergy, for those listening for the first time, we've been talking about it all month long. Synergy is creating that positive energy within yourself, that mental, spiritual, and physical energy all working together so you can take that synergy to your team to help empower them. Because remember, individuals by themselves, like individual fingers, and I give the example all the time in martial arts there, if you hit something with your hands open, you break every finger. Well, collectively, though, that's synergy. That's a team. That's working together. That's power. So that's what we're talking about all month long. Now, what is October, you may ask? Well, I may give it away on our last episode before we roll into October. But if not, just know that we got something really, really awesome, as always, planned for October. Well, this is episode number 380. And I titled this one, Be the Leader You Were Born to Be, Unleashing Championship Level Leadership. What does that mean? Well, championship level leadership, obviously, anytime you're a champion in anything, it's a step above, right? There's, well, obviously winning and losing, but the playoffs, but getting into the championship, getting in the finals, that's why you play the game, right? Yeah, I mean, winning during the regular season is great. You got to get enough wins in the regular season in order to get to that championship game or to get to the playoffs. But that championship level leadership is something above and beyond. Why? Because with the pressure of a championship game or just the pressure of striving to become a champion, well, that's tough. And unfortunately, most people, that's where they crack. That's where they crumble. That's where they fail, is the pressures of that being a champion or striving to become a champion. Now, the unfortunate part is so many people just tend to blend in with the crowd, just kind of blindly follow the masses. Now, here's something for you. When you blindly follow the masses, sooner or later you realize that M on masses is silent, and who you've been following, think about if the M's not there, right? Who you're following, and it stinks. It's a stinky mess. Yeah. So don't blindly follow the masses. Be bold. Be courageous. Stand out from the crowd. Carry and be that championship type leader. Can you do it? Yeah, absolutely you can. Is it easy? No. Can everybody do it? Everybody could if they were willing to, but unfortunately most people aren't and won't. But you're not most people. You're a champion. You're a leader. You're a hero. You're a mentor. You're what everyone needs in their life. That courage, that confidence, that belief in themselves. You got it. Now, do I have that courage, confidence, belief in myself every single day? Well, there's days when I waver a little bit. I mean, I'm a human being just like everybody else. And the negative influences, from society. And then when you do what I'm doing, you put yourself out there on video and do your daily videos and podcasts and everything else, you're going to have critics, haters come out of the woodwork. Why? Well, people used to tell me all the time, it's like, oh, they're jealous of you. And I used to say, are you kidding me? Why in the world would anyone be jealous of me? Especially if you know my backstory, everything that I went through to get to where I'm at, and my struggles are different than everybody else's. And I've said this countless times, if we all took our troubles, struggles, and problems and challenges and threw them into a big pile and saw what everyone else is dealing with, we'd quickly say, you know what? I know I got some troubles and struggles and challenges, but holy cow, let me go ahead and grab my problems and step on out of here. We would. So mine are different than yours, but I've went through it. I've struggled. And the reason I bring all this up is because when people would say that, oh, they're just jealous of you. Like, Why in the world would anyone be jealous if they knew what I had to do to get to where I'm at, how hard I've had to work, how many failures, how many screw-ups, how many mess-ups, how many times I've been told, oh, just not good enough, you're not smart enough, you ain't going to make it. Yeah, it would have been much easier to give up and quit. Just like whatever challenge you're going through right now, I want you to rise up to that championship level leadership. Because I tell you what, someone is watching. You are a leader to someone. Most importantly, I want you to be the leader you were born to be. Utilize your unique God-given talents. Now, your talents are different than mine. I don't know what your talents are. And I don't know what your why and your purpose and your mission is. But I don't want to say what it should be. I'm not telling you what to do. But it's whatever comes the most easiest to you. Whatever just happens. Me, it's doing this right here, right now. Talking to you right there, looking into the lens of a camera, talking into a microphone, talking about inspiring, empowering, and motivating, helping people find the grit, tenacity, resilience, and determination to be the leader, the hero, the champion they're born to be, to help unleash that inner warrior, to help embrace your full potential, not just embrace your potential. I used to say that, but I'm like, yeah, embrace your potential. Let's embrace your full potential. That way you can fully be the champion you were born to be. Woo! All right. I got all fired up getting into this thing. All right, well, what I like to, first of all, remember, if you haven't liked, subscribed on YouTube, if you're watching us on YouTube, and ring that bell, make sure you do so. Obviously, the more subscribers we get, the higher we rank in those search engines. And if you like what you hear, ring that bell so you're notified of every new video and every new podcast episode. And we're going to start doing twice a month live streams where you can interact and engage during the live stream, asking questions, having a Q&A like we're talking right here. You can be right here on the show with me. And of course, if you're subscribed on a podcast, we love those 5-star reviews if we've earned it, because that also helps put us higher in those search results in those search engines. So make sure you do that. Our last episode was a Wednesday Wisdom. We do 3 shows a week now. Monday, Warrior Confidence Motivation. Wednesday, Warrior Confidence Wisdom. And Friday, this is the Friday one. Friday is Friday Warrior Confidence Champions. Yeah. And we're going to talk about champions and champion type leadership. But another thing I've been doing is kind of an engagement question. So if you're just listening on maybe in your car right now, I want you to think about this question. And if you're watching or listening on YouTube, type in the comments the answer to this question. But either way, I want you to think about it during the show, and hopefully I'll say something that stirs up something in your brain that helps equate or relate to this question here. And the question is, what is the question? I'm going to put my glasses on here. What's one way you've stepped up to lead when you weren't expected to? And how did your actions inspire others? What's one way you stepped up to lead when you weren't expected to? And how did your actions inspire others? Did they follow your example? Did they do what you did? Were they happy you did it? Now, here's the thing. When you step up as a leader, you're going to have some that are extremely grateful because no one seems to take charge. And then you're going to have others that wish they had the courage, the confidence, and the belief in themselves, the warrior confidence to step up. But they won't. But at the same time, they're going to, not like or even hate you for stepping up and doing it. Is that right? Is that just? Is that fair? No, it's not. But life's not fair. And here's the thing. You can't allow those that are jealous of you or those that don't have the leadership qualities that you have or the courage or confidence that you have, you can't allow them to pull you back down. It goes back to a story I tell all the time. A good analogy here is crabs in the bucket. And what crabs in the bucket, if you've ever been to the beach and you've got some sand crabs, you throw them in the bucket, throw all of them in there. Now, collectively, if they work together, they could climb out of that bucket. They'd climb on top of each other, another little crab on top of each other, another little crab, and then build a little crab ladder. And then the one would get to the top, hang his pinchers on the top of the bucket, reach down, grab the next one, pull them out, reach down, grab the next one, pull them out, reach down, grab the next one, pull them out, and then they'd all escape. But it doesn't work that way. As soon as one ambitious little crab decides, I'm going to be a leader, I'm going to take charge, I'm going to save us, I'm going to get us out of here, and he starts trying to climb up the little crab ladder, they'll start pulling him back down. It's almost like they're saying, hey, man, what the heck do you think you're doing leaving the group? It's dangerous out there. Stay with us in here. He's like, no, here's a way out. We can escape. We can be free. And if he keeps being persistent, trying to climb up, they keep pulling him back down, they'll finally have enough, and they'll start tearing his little pinchers off, end up killing him. It's a great example and a great analogy of what goes on in life when leaders step outside that proverbial round hole. That round hole where everybody's in there because it's safe. Got to fit in. Got to be like everybody else. I don't want to step outside there. It's scary out there. It is scary out there. But I'm telling you something, when you're cramming yourself into that proverbial round hole, one, you're kind of peeing all over the leader you were born to be, right? You're just all your dreams, your goals, your aspirations. And two, how are you ever going to get noticed? Now, a big thing I talk about, especially with my hockey program, the How to Get More Ice Time program, which a little plug for it right now. There it is. All about respect, work ethic, communication, and leadership skills. But the number one thing, the number one point, and the reason for it is to get noticed in order to get that ice time, get those opportunities, get those leadership roles. But the only way to get noticed is by doing something different than what everybody else is doing. You've got to stand out from the crowd. Now, I use the example all the time. How did I ever? I mean, I'm only 5'7" now. I was even shorter back in high school and during, and I still play, but obviously I play competitively, but not as competitive as I was when I was trying to be a pro. It never worked out. I mean, I just didn't have the athletic ability and talent, but I certainly took my limited athletic ability and talent far higher than anybody had ever thought possible. I don't say including myself. I always had that dream. But what I had to do to get noticed was the things I just talked about there: respect, work ethic, communication, leadership skills. Every time I was on the ice, I made something happen. I gave it all out. I just threw my body, caution to the wind, and went all out to get noticed. Now, if I would have just blended in the crowd, well, not only would I have gotten overlooked, I would have never been seen because I was always one of the shortest, smallest people on every team. But by doing those things, and here's the thing, I couldn't control my size. I couldn't control my height, my weight, my athletic ability, or talent. But the one thing I could control, well, I guess the two things I like to say, was my attitude and my effort. The attitude, I like to say an attitude of excellence. Went in with that attitude of excellence. I'm going to give it all I got and excel at the highest level that I possibly can. And then the effort, like I said, the effort of an underdog, the work ethic and effort of an underdog. Always feeling like you're the underdog. Always feel like you're fighting from behind. Always feel like you're fighting to prove to all the doubters and haters and critics out there. Now, do you always have to prove them wrong? Well, that was kind of my Bobby Boucher tackling fuel, if you will. That was a way. Everybody told me I was too small, too short, too dumb, too stupid, not good enough, not good looking enough, not powerful enough. Yeah, I'll show you. And I achieved a level of success beyond what most people thought possible. And I'm telling you all this not to brag on myself by any means. I'm telling you, look, if this guy can do it, don't you dare be jealous. If I can do it, absolutely, you can do it. Now, I know you've heard that cliche how many times, right? If I can do it, then you can do it. Of course you can. But it's the honest goodness truth. And then back to the jealousy thing. To me, jealousy is the weakest human emotion on the planet. When people are jealous of others, one, it's lazy, it's weak, and you're just almost broadcasting that you're not good enough. Well, here's the thing. You'll never be as good as me. Whoa, did I just say that? Yeah. But guess what? I'll never be as good as you. Why? We have different talents. I don't have the talents, nor will I ever have the talents that you have, nor will anybody else. You are a unique gift from God, one in over 8 billion people on this planet. So don't try and be a cheap replica. Be the one, the priceless one that you are. Yeah. Woohoo! That's good stuff, huh? All right. Time for some water. Okay. So, as I was talking about, think about that engagement question. What is it again? Well, it's one way that you stepped out, kind of inspired others when you weren't expected to do so. Well, let's move on to our 3 warrior confidence integrity tips, starting with lead with integrity. Champions gain respect by staying true to their values. And in today's culture, when integrity is just more or less Boy, it's a word that isn't used, or I guess it's a word that's abused often. And I was talking to somebody not too long ago, and it was talking about, oh goodness gracious, Zach Martin of the Dallas Cowboys. I know we talk a lot about hockey, but I'm a Cowboys fan. So now don't let that to be a game changer. You're like, dang it, Rich, I love the show, and now you're telling me you're a Cowboys fan? Well, I grew up on a farm, and the first Super Bowl I saw was the Dallas Cowboys against the Denver Broncos, Super Bowl 12 in 1977. I saw it on TV, didn't see it. Obviously, I grew up poor, so I'm glad we just had a TV. But anyway, growing up on that farm, I love that star. So that's why I'm a Cowboys fan. Moving forward now. Anyway, I looked up Zach Martin. He's a offensive guard for the Dallas Cowboys. He's only had, I think, 7 holding penalties in 10 years. Holy smokes. That is unbelievable. And I think he's been to the Pro Bowl every year he's been in the league. So I was talking to somebody about that and just talk about, they asked me, what do you do? And I said, well, I inspire and empower champions to lead with integrity, both on and off the ice or in any arena you're playing in. I said, oh, okay. And then I'd mentioned, we got to talking football, and I mentioned that. And he goes, oh, well, you know what? That doesn't sound like he works very hard, the Zach Martin. And I'm like, what do you mean it doesn't sound like he works very hard? He goes, well, if he's only got 7 holding calls, he's obviously not putting forth his best effort. I said, well, what do you mean? He goes, well, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. And if you ain't cheating, means you're not trying very hard. And I'm like, what? He goes, yeah. All the best say that. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. And probably should have not said anything at all. Just should have said, okay. But I'm like, is that really the message you want to tell your kids? Because he said he had 3 kids. And he goes, well, yeah, because if you're not cheating, man, you're going to get ran over in this world as everybody cheats. I'm like, well, I disagree with that wholeheartedly. I said, I'm talking about leading with integrity. And integrity is representing your core values. And cheating is not a part of any core value or integrity that I can ever think of. Having integrity is tough, but that's what separates the real champions, the real leaders, the real heroes, the real mentors from everybody else. Yeah. Because, once again, everybody's doing it. Must be right. Oh, usually when everybody's doing it, nobody's thinking, and it's all wrong. It's the easy way. Stand out from the crowd. Lead with integrity. And integrity, and I talked about this on the last episode, the root word of integrity is integer. Integer in mathematics is a whole being. So that means you either got integrity or you don't. It's not like I'll have integrity sometimes. I'll have it here when it's convenient, but I won't have it here because it's tough. You either got it or you don't. So lead with integrity. Be the champion. Be the hero. Do what you say you're going to do when you say you're going to do it. If you say you're going to give it all you got, give it all you got. You say you're going to work out on this day, then show up and work out. Integrity and discipline kind of go hand in hand. Yeah. So lead with integrity and be the champion you were born to be. That's how you stand out from the crowd. That's how you get noticed. Why? Because as that conversation with that guy, well, everybody's cheating. If you're not cheating, you're not trying. That's a bunch of bull. Anyway, I don't remember the guy's name. I don't have any desire to ever talk to him again. It was one of those you kind of it was an event at our local community pool, and I just happened to be talking to somebody else, and this guy walks up and we start chatting, and that was that. So lead with integrity. That's where I was going with that story. It's number 2, warrior confidence integrity tip number 2, inspire others to follow. True leaders lift others up and set a standard of excellence. True leaders lift others up and set a standard of excellence. Yeah. There's an old saying, you don't fall to the level of your training. You rise to the level of your standards and set those standards high, a standard of excellence, but you also fall to the level of standards. So if your standards are way down here, man, you just keep falling. Set those standards high. Set those goals high. Now, you may never actually reach those goals, but you keep your standards as high as possible, and obviously you're going to have a heck of a lot easier time reaching those goals than someone whose standards are way down here. Set them high. Lead by example. Once again, that gets back into the integrity. Lead with integrity, both on and off the ice. You say you're going to do it, then do it. And then, of course, don't make up false statements that you can't follow up on. A lot of times, and I was a PE teacher for 11 years, and and been coaching for just closing in on 35, 38 years now. And I was blessed because being a PE teacher, a lot of the buildings I was in, I was K through 12. I was the only male PE teacher. So I had all kinds of student teachers from the universities, the local universities, come and were student teachers. I mean, sometimes I'd have 2 at a time per semester. It was pretty fantastic. Then a little story on that. When they would come in, they'd hand me their stack of papers that I'd have to fill out for the university. And the first thing I'd do, I'd take them and just throw them in the air. And they're like, "What the heck?" I said, "Yeah, I got to fill all that stuff out. But here's how I'm going to evaluate you. 1, would I want my kids, my own kids, in your PE class? If the answer is yes, and you're going to pass with flying colors. If the answer is no, we got problems. If the answer is absolutely not, I would never want my kids in your class, you're not passing." And out of all the years, I only had one person, and I did everything I could to help this guy. Met with his what do you call it, cooperating teacher, I guess, at the university. Met with a department head of education with his school, everything I could. The guy was late every day, missed I don't know how many different days, never had lesson plans. And I could have just said, "Oh, you know what? It doesn't matter. I'll pass you." I couldn't do it. Created a heck of a lot of extra work on my part, but there's no way I wanted that guy out there teaching PE when he didn't care. It was just a blow off for him. And of course, unfortunately, that's kind of the thought. Oh, PE, you just roll the ball out. No, how you do anything is how you do everything. I gave everything I had to help those kids out. We got an obesity problem in this country. And when the kids only get PE, or at least in Illinois where I used to live, 1 day a week, I want to make sure I gave them everything I had fun trying to help them out, trying to create a better lifestyle for them, right? Teaching them exercise and fitness. A lot of times I tell the kids, ask mom and dad for a whistle for Christmas, and you can be you can be like Mr. Grogan, the PE teacher, for your parents. So I don't know. That was thoughts pop in my head. But anyway, back to the leadership, setting those standards high to help inspire others. Good. Do you have that? Absolutely you do. Because once again, everybody has at least one other person looking up to them. And if you're a parent, you've got all your kids looking up to you. If you're a coach, man, you got your whole team and parents and players looking up to you. Yeah. And if you're head of an organization, well, you got the coaches of the teams, you got the team representatives, you got the players and parents, and then you got the whole organizational structure looking up to you. Woo! That's a lot. Yeah. Can we do this? Can we all unify, synchronize our energies, and create something amazing in this world? You doggone right we can. But it takes each individual doing their part. And it starts with you. You got the power. You got the warrior confidence now. You can do it. I believe in you. Just need you to believe in yourself. All right. So, hey, talked about the program a little bit. Man, I'm selling this program. It's a 45-minute masterclass video. Only $9 for the video. And then to buy the workbook and the ebook that goes along with it, plus I did an audible version of the ebook, it's a few extra bucks. The link is in the description box. It's warriorconfidence.com, warriorconfidence.com. Check it out. I promise you, it's going to help your kiddo, your team. We also have a great referral program. If you're a team or an organization, we'll give you 10% back for every program sold under your organizational code. It goes right back to your organization. You can spend it on ice time or extra tournaments, whatever. But the program's all about helping players get noticed, stand out from the crowd with respect, work ethic, communication, leadership skills to get the ice time they want, the leadership roles they want. And of course, it helps synchronize. Everybody's on the same page. You got a more respectful team. You got a harder working team. You got a team that communicates better and leads better. I mean, everything we're talking about in this podcast is, well, the program took years and years. I was in martial arts 40 plus years. I went to Martial Arts Academy for almost 30 years. And hockey, been around hockey since 1975. Love the game as a player, coach, parent, referee now. Covering all angles on that. So it's all about everything. My goal is being the mentor I always wished I had, needed, wanted in my life. That's why I'm doing the program, the podcast, and everything else I'm doing, is to be that mentor for you out there. And of course, you see my books on the shelf. Wrote 3 books. My one book, Becoming Bully Proof, where is it at? There it is. It's a bestseller, and it's all about me as a kid, meeting me as an adult 40 years later. We go on a journey together. Well, the older me is teaching the younger me everything I wish I would have known about believing in myself, number one, and having that warrior confidence. So you can check those out, pick those up on Amazon. And if you're part of a team, especially it's written for teenage hockey players, because I talk about my journey as a hockey player as a kid and how I almost gave up on hockey and life too, simply because I didn't believe in myself and I was bullied just to the point of almost no return when I was 11 years old. So it's a great story. The other one over there, if you got young kids, I Believe in Me. It's a positive affirmation book. Take every letter of the alphabet, A through Z, and put a positive affirmation with it to help empower the kiddos when they're young, learning the ABCs. Because it's not a matter of if, but when some little jerk tries to bully your little hero. Well, they got the ABCs to become bully-proofed. I believe in me. They're going to say, no, I have an amazingly awesome attitude. I am brave and bully-proof. I am courageous and confident. And that's the ABC in the book. And it goes all the way to C. Or Z. There you go. And, of course, you see the hockey program on the shelf back there as well. The link for that's in the description box. Pick that up. Like I said, it's only $9. And starting doing one-on-one personal coaching now, coaching and mentoring. So we'll have packages available for that. You could have a 45-minute call, or if you want to do a group package, we can set that up for you as well. All right. Well, let's jump on to number 3. Where is number 3? There it is. I'm telling you, I may have to start wearing my glasses during the whole show. Number 3 is be the example. Leadership is earned by being the one who leads with action. And, of course, that action, what you do, determines determines your character. But your character determines what you stand for and who you're known for and what you're known for and who you are. That's your character, right? Yeah. Character is, you know what, anytime things get tough, you can't find him. Is that a good character? Is that the kind of character qualities you want to have? Is that how you want your character to be remembered? Or it's like, oh my gosh, when things get tough, everybody else is, they're backing off. This guy keeps grinding. He keeps trying. He keeps moving forward. He keeps pushing through. He keeps setting the example. He keeps leading with integrity. He keeps standing out from the crowd. That's character, man. And that's what you're going to be known for. So make sure you're doing the little things. Not only that you say you're going to do, but those little things, it can be as simple as we'll go to the hockey practice. It can be as simple as when the coach isn't watching, you're still giving it all you got. Because there's an old military saying, when the coach isn't looking, or when the instructor isn't looking, or watching, when they're not watching, oh, you goofed it up again. When they're not looking, that's when they're watching the most. I had it right. Sometimes my brain, I got one working brain cell, and it flickers. So when it's on, baby, we're good. But when it starts flickering, good. All right. Well, hey, if you have not, I talked about it earlier, make sure you like, subscribe, and ring that bell if you're on the YouTube. Answer the engagement question. Drop your comments in there. And if you're listening on a podcast, man, we love those 5-star reviews. That helps get the message out to a higher audience. And if you found value in this, please kindly share with someone else. You know, and I know teenagers, most of them don't listen to a podcast, but man, oh man, there's a ton of valuable content, a ton of gold nuggets in here. They're going to help them. And if they want to stand out from the crowd, they're going to do the little extras. So I encourage you to pass this on. Listen to it more than once, because every time you listen to it, you're going to hear something you missed the first time. Why? Because you're at a different level of learning or different level of, and who knows what. Maybe right now you're listening to it and you're not having a very good day. But I'm hopeful this empowered and inspired you to have a better day. But maybe the first part of it, you didn't catch half of it because you're kind of maybe in a bad mood. So if you listen to it again, you're going to pick up on things that you missed the first time. And remember, we got 3 shows coming at you a week now. The Monday, Warrior Confidence Motivation. The Wednesday, Warrior Confidence Wisdom. And today's show is the Friday, Warrior Confidence Champions. We're talking about helping you be the champion you were born to be. So I'm going to put the glasses back on again. I may have to start wearing these during the whole show. I guess they don't look that bad. All right, reading glasses. So let's do a quick recap. The 3 Warrior Confidence Integrity tips. Lead with integrity. Champions gain respect by staying true to their core values. You got to set those core values too. Now, I'd like to say, and I'd love to tell you that I was always true to my core values. For the longest time, I didn't have any core values. Not that I didn't have any morals or anything else, but I never had my core values etched in stone. My core values: honor, integrity, discipline, respect. Now they're etched in stone, meaning anything that happens, if it goes outside those core values, then it just isn't for me. And once I established those, that's when my business really started to grow. Once I established those, that's when I really started to become the person that I knew I was born to be. Now, I still got a long way to go, and I plan to live another, well, man, hopefully 30-something, 40-something years. I'm 54 now, so that would put me at, yeah. So I'm going to continue learning and growing every day of my life. But those core values, those are my pillars. If it doesn't fall in line with them, honor, integrity, discipline, respect, then it's not for me, regardless how good it may sound at the time. I know that if it isn't in line with those, falls outside of those, that's going to end up not being good in the long run. And number 2, inspire others to follow. True leaders lift others up and set the standard for excellence. And we talked about that, setting those standards high, setting them extremely high, and then working, driving, being persistent and resilient to get to those standards. And the third one, be the example. Leadership is earned by being the one who leads with action and character. Woohoo! Well, what do you think? Good stuff? Did you learn something today? Well, once again, please kindly, if you're watching on YouTube, drop it in the comments there and like, subscribe, ring that bell. And I'm serious. If you found value in this, please kindly share it with someone else, because the whole goal, this leadership development, helping create better leaders, better heroes, better champions and mentors that lead with integrity, both on and off the ice. Good. All right, everybody. Well, thank you so very much for tuning in. I'm truly, truly grateful. Quick shout out to our sponsor, My Wife's Coffee Truck, Beachside Blend. There's a link in the description box so you can check out their schedule. If you live in the Palmetto, Bradenton, Sarasota area, you can check out their schedule and get yourself a delicious cup of coffee, a luscious lotus drink, or a succulent smoothie. They're good. And check that out. The links for the hockey program, how to get more ice time, is also in the description box, or you can go to warriorconfidence.com to find it. Thank you so very much, everybody. I'm truly grateful for your time. I know time is the most sacred commodity, but the fact that you spent some time with me means the world to me, and I'm truly grateful and thankful. You're a hero. You're a champion. You're a gift from God. Please get out there and share that gift with the world. And until we talk again, you get out there and do your best, and I promise you'll be your very best. God bless you. God bless your loved ones. Can't wait to read your comments, and I can't wait to chat with you again real soon. Have a blessed day, everybody. Thank you so much for listening. God bless. Bye-bye. Thank you so very much for being a part of the Warrior Confidence Unleashed podcast. I am truly grateful for your time. If you found value in this message, please kindly share it with someone else who could also benefit from it, especially teenagers and adult athletes and leaders who are serious about getting noticed, getting more playing time, and leadership roles. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share your comments with us, and we truly appreciate your 5-star reviews, as that helps spread the message even further. Stay connected with us throughout the week on all social media platforms at Real Rich Grogan, and visit our website at warriorconfidence.com for access to all our programs and books. The links are in the description box. Thank you again for your time, and I can't wait to chat with you again real soon. Have a blessed day. God bless. Parents, are you frustrated seeing your superstar sit on the bench, getting overlooked and passed over for ice time and leadership roles? I personally know that heartbreak and pain. Well, that frustration ends today. Introducing our How to Get More Ice Time program, the amazing one-of-a-kind program for youth and teenage hockey players that helps them get what they want most, more playing time and more opportunities. And today, exclusive offer, we're selling this thing for only $9. $9. It's a no-brainer. But you got to act now, because this offer won't last, and if you don't do anything, nothing's going to change. So go to warriorconfidence.com. That's warriorconfidence.com, or simply click on the link in the description box. Buy the program today and help your child get what they want most, more ice time. I want to mention this amazing nutritional company that I've partnered with called Live Pure. And I've been sampling their products for the past 12 months, and I feel 100% confident giving Live Pure my full endorsement. That's why I'm sharing it with you now. My personal nutrition, health, wellness, weight loss, and muscle tone have all improved dramatically. And all the products are third-party lab tested, 100% clean, pure, and natural. They're a Christian-based company with over 17 years of improving lives. So check out the link in the description box to learn more and to get preferred partner pricing.